Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. We are back in the amphitheater at the Howling Moon Studios. And we are looking at a beautiful day here in the Bay Area. Very psyched to play a show for you. It's a very special day. Today is the 3rd anniversary of Charlottesville, and I think you all know what I mean by that. And we've got a special treat that's coming at the end of this show. Jason will tell you more about it when we get there. But a video that you're for sure going to want to see, and I think you're going to want to share. At least we hope you will. Anyway, it's a new song that we all participated in. Anyway, first, we've got a show to play.
All right. I want a two. I want 2, 3, 4.
Everybody's talking, no one says a word. Everybody's making love, no one really cares. Nazis in the bathroom, just below the stairs. Always something happening, nothing going on. There's always something cooking, nothing in the pot. Starving back in China, so finish what you got. Everybody running, no one makes a move. Everyone's a winner, nothing left to lose. Little yellow rider, the north of Kathmandu. Everybody's flying, no one leaves the ground. Everybody's crying, but no one makes a sound. There's a place for us in the movie, just gotta hang around. Everybody's smoking, no one's getting high. Everybody's flying, never touch the sky. UFO in New York, and I ain't too surprised. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Strange days indeed. my head. Lunatic is in my head. Raise the blade. You make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door. Throw away the key. Someone in my head, but it's not me. And if the cloud bursts, thunder in your ear, you shout and no one seems to hear. And if the band you're in starts playing a different tune, see you on the dark side of the moon. All that you touch, all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, all that you love, all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, all that you give, all that you deal, all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal, all you create, all you destroy, all that you do, all that you say, all that you eat, everyone you meet, all that you slight, everyone you fight, all that is now, all that is gone, all that's to come, everything under the sun is in tune, eclipsed by the
So last week you were on vacation, right?
I was.
And was that fun?
It was great camping in Oregon.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't ask you yesterday, but it just it occurred to me that, you have been out in the wilderness. Did you see any bears?
Actually, I did see a bear.
Excellent.
I saw a bear. We were driving down this forest road looking for a campsite at about 7 o'clock to this lake that we saw on the map, and just not sure if there was going to be a campsite, but then this bear just darted across the street. It was running like it was chasing something. And I said, even if we don't find a campsite, I'm glad we went down this detour.
Yeah.
And we did find a campsite.
And did you hear any mysterious banjo music in the distance?
I heard a lot of banjo music in Ashland, actually, walking around.
That wasn't quite what I had in mind. That was
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I mean, when you get out in the woods, you just never can tell.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
there's strange stringed instruments that hang out in the woods. like behind Jason's head.
Oh, yeah. We might find that out later.
I may not always love you, as long as there are stars above you. You never need to doubt it. I make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, your life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, the life will still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. What good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without.
What
God
good
only
I'd
knows
be
what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd
God
be
only
without.
knows what
God only
good I'd
knows
be.
what I'd be without. God only knows 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 what I'd be. God only knows.
Nice.
That's a little shout out to Deadhead Land and all the great folks in the larger Grateful Dead community. How about that streaming thing that the Rex Foundation did last week, right? The Days Between.
Awesome.
There
So
was
good.
so much good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, honest to God, if it would be so cool if that could be like packaged as something you could get and keep, because wow, there were some just wonderful performances on there. Huge thanks to the Rex Foundation for all they do, because they really are an incredibly special, there's really nothing like them. And they do these micro gifts to wonderful things that are below the radar of institutional charities, and it's a beautiful thing.
final step in your way. You find the shadows and ghosts of yourself. Of You could stay here very long, you could stay here very long. Even though you know it's wrong, even though you know it's wrong.
So that song is on Jason's album Cryptologic, and I cannot recommend it more strongly. It is just a fantastic album, and that album does not have the benefit, though, of the Tele Uke.
No, yeah, it does.
Yeah, not in this live setting.
And not from the forest.
I mean, not
that
the,
one
the
didn't
screaming Tele Uke solo is, it's like whatever whatever your thoughts are about ukuleles, this is clearly a very special instrument.
There's a transformation that happens when you go out living in the forest.
Tell me about it. I mean, look at Chloe.
I know.
She's been wild-eyed.
Barely know where I am. Rah.
All right.
Hear somebody crying, well, I hear somebody sing. Hear somebody suffer, their body raw with pain. Well, in spite of what we got, we carry on. Know that a better day is gonna come. I hear somebody crying, well, I hear somebody sing. Hear somebody praying. Good luck will come their way. Take so much for granted until it's gone away. Well, in spite of what we got, we carry on. Know that a better day is gonna come. I hear somebody crying. Well, I hear somebody sing. In our loneliness, in our emptiness, we carry on. We carry on. Oh, we carry on. somebody losing a life they cannot claim. Heart forlorn and lonely, it's a journey just the same. Well, in spite of what we got, we carry on. Know that a better day is gonna come. I hear somebody crying. Well, I hear somebody sing. In our loneliness, in our emptiness, in our loneliness, in our emptiness, in our loneliness, in our we carry on, we carry on, whoa, we carry on, we carry on, we carry on, whoa, we carry on, we carry on, we carry on, whoa, we carry on.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. It's nice to sing out here in the sun. Yeah. Oh, I tried this one.
You sure do. Take your time.
Yeah. I guess I was. All right, without further ado.
Watch out now. Take care, beware of falling swingers. Dropping all around you. The pain that often mingles in your fingertips. Beware of darkness. Watch out now. Take care, beware of the thoughts that linger. Winding up inside your head. The hopelessness around you in the dead of night. Beware of sadness.
Yes, the little gremlins inside my guitar were like, they just wanted to get out.
Kind of like
They were
the toys.
feeding back. They were feeding back on exactly. It was the toys in my guitar were feeding back on 4 different frequencies. Well, it was weird because it was, it was feeding back like on practically every chord, and it was like, Got it. Anyway, that was the incredible Derek Walls, who did something heroic to be with us today. His mom and dad are both of advancing years and have not been feeling well, and Derek, of course, is taking really good care of them. We want to thank them for letting us have Derek today because it made a huge difference.
In the evening, you will find me around this old neighborhood, sitting at this bar, wondering where you are. You'd know I'd be with you if I could. Honey, we should be together, no matter what they might say. I can see just what you mean to me. We'll put these blues on a holiday. Every time we get together, something turns out wrong. Now I found peace of mind just by sitting here all alone. Honey, please come home. Everybody knows the reason, and everybody knows the score. And I can see just what you mean to me. No one could ever love you more. Every time we get together, something turns out wrong. Now I found peace of mind just by sitting here all alone. Honey, please come home. Why won't you surrender? Consider everything I got to say. Why must we fight? Let's make love tonight and put these blues on a holiday. We'll put these blues on a holiday.
That song, so cool. We just started playing it, and if you haven't been on with us the last few weeks, Jason used to play that with Susan Tedeschi back in the old days of the Susan Tedeschi band.
decades ago now.
Decades ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth placidly, chomping on leaves, leaving behind things to amuse us today.
The early aughts, if you will.
I mean, it's so clear that dinosaurs, they lived to make us happy, right?
That-
Because the thought of
That
dinosaurs...
dinosaur cartoon that you like was probably on around then. Isn't that from like 20 years ago?
You talk about the Far Side one? What really killed them?
No,
It showed all the dinosaurs smoking cigarettes.
They live to make us happy.
No, the show. Isn't there a show? Like dinosaur show?
Oh, yeah, Dinosaur Show, definitely. If you haven't seen that, that was created by the Jim Henson Studios about at least maybe 30 years ago. And it's a dinosaur family that's modeled after, either the Flintstones or the Jetsons or Jackie Gleason's family from the Honeymooners, and except they're dinosaurs. And, of course, they have television and a very modern lifestyle, although they're dinosaurs. And yet they go through all of the, when you open up the fridge, right, the food's all alive, right? And there's one episode where it's called When Food Goes Bad and the Food Kidnaps the Baby.
When food goes bad.
Down off your throne,
and I'm wasted and I can't find my way home.
Can't find my way home.
No, I
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 Can't find my way home. Can't find my way home.
no, I
Can't find my way home.
That was so perfect. I don't think the people out there got to see it, but right while we were saying that last "Can't Find My Way Home," these three little birds just tweeted their way right.
Aw.
Bob Marley would have been so proud.
Yeah, it was like too perfect.
Well, I had a spider crawling on me for part of that.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure you brought that with you back. from
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, there was one night we were staying off of some forest road and somewhere around Sisters, Oregon, and man, there were just spiders crawling all over me. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Jesse thought I was making it up. He's like, I don't see any spiders crawling on you.
I'm telling you, when you want to be careful when you're in Oregon, what you eat, just in case you start to see spiders.
We foraged these
Very
mushrooms,
true.
and all of a sudden there's spiders all over.
Cover me.
Reminds me of the
Freaking
last time
out.
I was at the Oregon Country Fair.
Oh, man.
Although we were there this year, we just weren't, we were virtually there
True.
this year.
That's true. We were present. Present and counting. Okay.
Derek, am I muted?
And a 4-beat 2.
And a 4 beat 2. 1, 2, 3. Stand. In the end, it'll still be you. One that's done all the things you set out to do. Stand. There's no cause for you to bear. Things to go through if you're going anywhere. Stand for the things you know are right. It's the truth that the truth makes them so uptight. Stand, all the things you know are real. You have you to complete, and there is no deal. Stand, 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 stand. Stand, you've been sitting much too long. There's a permanent crease in your right and wrong. Stand, there's a midget standing tall, and a giant beside him about to fall. Everybody stand, stand, stand. Everybody stand, stand, stand. what's it all stand? Don't you know that you are free? Well, at least in your mind, if you wanna be.
All right, thank you very, very much. I want to turn the microphone over to Jason now because we have a very special thing coming up next.
So in a minute we're going to have Patrick roll a pre-recorded Zoom from earlier. and a new video for a song called Charlottesville. Today is the 3-year anniversary of the murder of Heather Heyer, and Ann McNamee and Jack Markell, former governor of Delaware, have written a song kind of to bring attention to that.
And you played many different parts.
Yes, and and so Ann came to me and asked if I would help her originally record a demo, and then that demo became a full-fledged recording along with the T Sisters and the Leibowitzes and the Chambers Brothers and you, Roger, and it is Estelle's video debut, I believe, and so you all have that to look forward to. Anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff behind this, so there's a very short Zoom that will explain what we're doing, and then we'll show you the video, and it'll be up on the Moonalice site and the DDS site and on YouTube, and we hope that you will share it far and wide, because we live in a moment in time where there is a new consciousness about the dangers of white supremacy and about the issues of white privilege and what that means to anybody who is not white, and why everyone needs to be conscious of the importance of treating everyone with respect and making sure that the law applies equally to everyone and that opportunity is available equally to everyone. So we hope you like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Jill Bernstein, and I am so grateful to be a part of this incredible team and meaningful project that was started by the former governor of Delaware, Jack Markell, and Ann McNamee. And it is to honor Heather Heyer. And for those of you who don't know, Heather Heyer was the woman who 3 years ago today senselessly murdered while she was peacefully protesting hate in Charlottesville, Virginia. We are so thankful that you are joining us for this conversation. We are going to be talking about this new video, Charlottesville, that we have launched today to commemorate the horrific tragedy. We'll be talking for about 15 minutes, and followed by that, we'll be screening the video. So today we are joined by the unbelievable artists who were a part of this project. We have Governor Jack Markell, Roger and Ann McNamee. Dylan Chambers is joining us today, as well as the T Sisters. We have Chloe, Erica, and Rachel Teachin. We have Dan Lebo and his beautiful daughter, Estelle. And who can forget? Jason Crosby, our dear friend, who will be speaking to his role in this as well. So thank you, everybody. We're going to jump right in. I also just wanted to add that, we were so lucky to be a part of this with Brian Stevens, who is the editor and the creative lead for the video for this. And we're just so thankful to have been a part of this project. So let us begin. Jack, we're hoping that you can talk us through a bit of your shift from politics into songwriting, and maybe touch on why you were so inspired to write this song.
Well, thanks, Jill. For me, frankly, there's some continuity involved. When I was governor, I really focused on issues of social justice. And I believe music can be such a powerful agent of change. Through our history, there are just so many incredible examples of that. And so for me, it really came down to two things. One was when Donald Trump basically said, there are very fine people on both sides of the protest, and who can forget the ugliness of that protest. And then Heather Heyer's line, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. There's just such a larger truth there for all of us. If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. You got to do something about it. And so that was what motivated me to try to, I've done poetry for a long time, never written songs before. And I wrote this song with the help of a great instructor. And so fortuitously, I was connected to Ann McNamee through a mutual friend, a guy, Bud Martin, who runs a Delaware theater company. And little could I have guessed. I really would have had no idea that I would be connected to such an unbelievable set of musicians. All of you are fantastic. Just really so impressive. And, so the music that Ann wrote, her ability to bring all of these great musicians into it, to have Brian and Jill do the video, I just otherwise without them, I'd be a guy like in my basement, like writing poetry on a legal pad. And here it's turned into this great song, thanks to all of you. So I just feel incredibly fortunate.
Well, I'm sure that poetry you would have written would have been just as beautiful and heartfelt as the lyrics to this song. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Anne and Roger, would you like to talk a little bit about, what drew you to this project?
Well, it was an honor to be invited to collaborate with Governor Markell. And when I read his lyrics, what really spoke to me was marching in solidarity. And I thought this has to be anthemic. This has to involve a lot of people. And I just thought, well, who are the people I love? We should meet, even though we feel that we're isolated, we should connect. We should meet this tragedy head on with love. And so I immediately thought, of course, of the Moonalice and Doobie Decibel System family. I asked Roger to help he tweaked some chords. And then I asked Jason, who jumped in with both feet. And I thank you so very much, both of you. And again, I thank every single one of you on this Zoom who said yes right away. And I really, really appreciate it.
So this story has special salience to Moonalice because we were performing at the Lock-In Festival right outside of Charlottesville and staying in Charlottesville 2 weeks after Heather was killed. And Jason will talk more about that because he went to observe the memorial that was there. But to me, that was the beginning of a change in the national psyche that George Floyd's murder has brought into full flower, which is that the country is now rethinking its racist past. It is rethinking the lack of fairness that is so built into our culture and into our institutions, and that white people are taking responsibility. And all of us have both an obligation to contribute to this, but an enormous opportunity because it serves all of us. And this song is it's a small thing, but it's a thing we could all do together to show our support. And this band is trying to find every possible way to be a constructive force, whether it was the Blackout Tuesday, whether it's, this song, whether it's other things that we're doing together. And, I want to hand this off to my dear friend Dylan to give you the first person piece of this, because again, we're a family and this is everyone's fight is our fight.
This on behalf of my dad, who's not here with me or with us today. He's feeling a little under the weather, but he's doing okay. Everybody, this is our firsthand experience. Something that we're born. It's just our life, and some form of Trump is at some time in American life was going to be inevitable, but we got the orange monster that we got now, right? And what is beautiful is to see that it is actually awakening every spectrum of American life. Everybody that's realizing that the things that we've been saying for 400 years are true, and a reality that everybody now is kind of experiencing equally too. So this is a moment for everybody to not go back to sleep. We all have to keep pushing and fighting for the right kind of change, and we're all on what's happening now is the right steps. So it's beautiful to be in a band of such diverse family that lets me and Dad have these moments to speak, that appreciates it, that understands it, that listens, that shares it. Because there's been times in everybody's, especially our past, where we bring something up that happens in some other hypothetical situation and people don't take us seriously or they don't believe us. And same thing with women in the Me Too movement, right? Where something happens and some woman is sexualized or some misconduct happens and no one believes, well, why did you do that? Or why were you wearing this? It's not the victim's fault, right? It's we that's what people are understanding. So it's beautiful to share a song that hopefully will connect a lot of people to realizing man, this has been going on for some time and we all have to change and be a part of that change.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And I love the idea, the idea of this family. coming together in solidarity to commemorate together and looking at the world that we're in, and what we can do to help make it a little bit brighter. And
we all have to look. We all have to look at the world through each other's eyes and appreciate each other's experience and learn and love and grow from each other's experience so that we can make the world a better place. Because otherwise, we're just going to get so tunnel vision into our own, little group or whatever it might be that we're missing out on the joy of loving all that there is to love within humanity. So
I agree, and it's powerful music like this that helps guide people through that. And having three beautiful sisters with that unbelievable blood harmony that shines through when you're singing, I'm hoping you guys can talk through a little bit about your experience.
Sure. Well, I think we all feel that this is a really poignant and powerful moment in history to be alive during, to see the sea change that is happening in terms of especially white people waking up to realities that people of color have been facing for hundreds of years in this country. It feels very powerful that there's some focus going to such injustice. And we appreciate being a part of a project that's trying to highlight this. And obviously the song is a tribute to Heather, but I think it's much more than that. Heather, what happened to Heather is heartbreaking, but what Heather was fighting against was the assassination, the assault, the harassment, the devaluing of so many people for so long in this country. And I think that's really what this message is about. And are paying attention to that and are elevating that message. And obviously love and hope are really important, but we have to remember not to be so naive as to think that that's all that will improve society and life for people. We have to combine that with hard work and activism and realization. So we're grateful to be part of this project, and hoping that we can do whatever we can to elevate the voices of our friends and our family and people who have been affected by these injustices, and use our harmony to give voice to some catharsis and some activism also.
Yeah. Well said. And just speaking briefly to the actual process in this really strange time where we're very fortunate that we can be together and we can actually be in the same room with one another. But this was a really cool project to be able to collaborate from all these different places. And it really shows what's possible as far as combining our voices when we're so circumscribed by the state of the world. Yeah, I think as a full Moonalice family, we really want to use our platform to be anti-racist and to set a good example and just really support each other and move progress forward.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. We have another family here with us, Lebo and Estelle.
Yeah. Hi there. Yeah, what an honor to be a part of this, the creation of this piece of art, the song, the video, the whole thing. Kind of in echoing a little bit of what's been touched on here already. I mean, this song is the story of a tragedy, but clearly it's a message of hope, to be able to lift people with. I think, a lot of times kind of what was just being mentioned too about the process. A lot of times when you're in the process of it, you're just focused on the nuts and bolts, making sure the parts get done, making sure everything gets composed right and, gets recorded with good tones and all that kind of stuff. And so while we were working on it last month, I think that's a lot of more where my mind was. But actually just yesterday, I kind of had a realization as we were all talking about what a family affair this whole thing is with, Roger and Ann as a couple and the T sisters as sisters and Dylan and Lester as father and son. And Ann, thanks so much for inviting Estelle to be a part of this. Estelle is really into music and everything, but we don't get a ton of opportunity to collaborate actually, and especially on something as cool as this. And I just think it's really cool of you to ask her, especially the whole notion of change is about the future. And it's kids who are going to be holding the future. So yeah. How was it for you, Estelle? Did you have fun doing this?
Yeah, I really liked it. And I love how the music video turned out.
Awesome. I'm glad that you like how it turned out. And you have such a beautiful, sweet voice. And it's the kind of voice we all need to feel a bit more hopeful about the world we're in. So thank you for bringing that light and shining it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Jason last, who may or may not have good connection. As we can see, he is outside with a beautiful background. Our beautiful background is photography from J.D. Cohen, who actually shared his art with us for this. Jason, with your live background, hopefully we can hear you clearly. If you would just talk to us about everything that you did for this. You co-produced, you co-composed, you played strings, keyboard, guitar, sang, even played bass. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that was like to bring everybody together and to make this all come to life?
It was, you know, it was so great to be able to collaborate with them on this while we're all sheltered together. And it made perfect sense to have our musical family be all a part of it. So when Ann and I we kind of went through all of Jack's verses, and we like decided, okay, you know, this line should be, you know, this person, and this line should be that person, and you know, wouldn't it be great to get Estelle on there? Just like making all of these decisions after recording all of the tracks. As Roger said, you know, I was down there with Bob and Phil at Lock-In, and Roger was there with Moonalice and 3 years ago, and my girlfriend and I, you know, did go down there to the site of the tragedy, and you know, it means, you know, when you see it with your own eyes, it you know, it leaves even more of an imprint, you know, like. I'm from New York, so it's like, you know, 9/11, like that kind of tragedy just, you know, stays with you if you were there. And so, you know, this is an important project, and it was an honor to contribute, you know, musically with my family.
Well, beautiful. Thank you. I think that's, you know, something that just really comes through when we all look at that video, to see that's real heart. There's a real heart in this video. You'll also actually see at the end of the video, there's a beautiful portrait that was done by John Mavrudis. And I don't know if you want to talk real quick about how that came to be.
Or you actually invited John?
Well, John's one of the poster artists who has worked with Moonalice for many, many years, and he has been particularly focused on issues of civil rights. He had, many years ago, he did a series for Black History Month with famous Black people and quotes from them, a series of posters, so 31 posters. He's done the same thing for Women's History Month. He did a Time magazine cover on Dr. Blasey Ford. And so he's become really well known as a political poster artist. And in this context, he just seemed like the natural person for us to turn to. And as you can imagine, he was pretty excited to do it. And it's a beautiful image.
It really is. It's really powerful. Powerful. I know I've used that word a lot today. It's every piece of this project has been powerful. And we hope for all of you who have not seen the video yet and are going to, you know, now watch it, agree that this is a powerful and important piece of art.
And may I please just say one last thing?
Yes.
The video, you and Brian did such a beautiful, beautiful job with it. So bravo to you. Welcome to the family.
Thank you. And we're going to bring him in for a moment to show his screen.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure working on it and seeing where it's gone from where it started.
A labor of love. And we were given just such beautiful things to work with. And thank you. We so appreciate that. Well, thank you everyone for joining today, and let's all, you know, look towards a better future, a better tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. Heather Higher wrote with pure intention. Friday night, she sat in her room,
with the TV spewing out Nazi salutes. Fear washed over her, she was consumed. Her heart led her to Charlottesville.
And when she woke up that Saturday morning, the newsfeed made her feel so tolerant, though she had not planned to attend.
She was so alarmed by that darkening trend, a rage she could not comprehend. Her heart drove her to Charlottesville, where she marched for parity. Charlottesville stood for solidarity. Charlottesville, then came barbarity. Charlottesville, where her young life ended.
Heather left her home, headed downtown, spellbound by the hate she found. Why did they believe what they believed? Why did they feel so grieved, wearing bigotry on their sleeves? Her heart led her to Charlottesville,
where she marched for parity. Charlottesville stood for solidarity. Charlottesville, then came barbarity. Charlottesville, where her young life ended. When the mob answered without words, waving guns, they did prefer. Heather's final march progressed. Then a man whose soul had been possessed mowed her down. May she be blessed. Hearts broken in Charlottesville, where she marched for parity. Charlottesville stood for solidarity. Charlottesville, then came barbarity. Charlottesville, where her young life ended.
where her young life ended.
If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention.